Hello, travelers! In a previous video on this channel, I detailed the cold leek and potato soup Vichysoisse. In it, we combined the lighter parts of the leek with potato, milk, cream, and salt to make a delicious dish. This left us with the thick, dark green section of the leeks with no real use for them. These are often disposed of because there's not much use typically for them. They're thick, they're fibrous. But rest assured, there are excellent ways to actually make use of them. I'm always excited to find new and creative ways to stretch utility on my pantry and repurpose things to get something extra out of them. So, for today's Waste Not video, I will be demonstrating how to take leek greens and cook them down into a creamy side dish not unwelcome at any meal. To start, we are going to get our ingredients together. For this dish, we are going to grab some leek greens and we're going to cut them lengthwise into strips, or julienne, until we have about 2.5 cups. The 2 or 3 leeks that we needed for the Vichysoisse will perfectly give us this amount. With that, we are going to want a 1/4 cup of butter divided into halves. We're going to want 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, 3/4 a cup vegetable stock, and some salt and pepper to season and taste. First, we are going to want to place a pan over low heat and let that warm for a bit. To that, we're going to add half of our butter and we're going to let that melt down. Once it's melted, we place the leek tops in the pan. We are going to let this simmer for about 8 minutes, stirring occasionally so that they soften up and so that some of that fiber breaks down a bit. After that, we sprinkle in our flour, which will combine with the butter around the leeks to form a sort of roux. We're going to continue to stir this and cook for about another 10 minutes on low heat. It is important that we keep the heat low and stir regularly so that the flour browns but does not burn. After this, we are going to add our vegetable stock and our cream and stir to combine. We will let this simmer and cook until the mixture has thickened, which is generally going to take about 15 minutes, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. Use your eye and best judgment. Finally, the most important step, we're going to season. We're going to take a salt and pepper and we're going to sprinkle that a few pinches at a time, tasting as we go, so that we know that's at the place that makes us happy. And with that, we have turned what would normally be tossed away into something delicious. Leek tops can be saved for a wide variety of things. I personally have used them in stir fries. For example, this one over here, which I paired with some miso orange pork belly and Asian greens like tong ho and snow pea tips. They can also work well in soups, very well to save as stocks. There's a lot of variety that you can use for these things. But maybe we'll discuss more of these in another video. Until then, I thank you for listening, and I hope to see you again here at the Hungry Shark Tavern.